To the aunt of Naziah Harris, this is all on you. Naziah's blood is on your hands. You allowed that man to come into your home. You allowed that man to come into your family and do what he did to your child. The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands because you allowed this man to enter into Naziah's life, knowing that his background was already sketchy. You know what? Fuck sketchy. Knowing that this man was convicted and was registered, you still allowed this man access to your children. He corrupted other children. You gave that man access and then had the nerve to go on a public platform and say that he deserved a second chance.
On the sex offenders list, or any kind of activity about that, like had you even heard of anything like that before out of him?
When I met him, when I was 19, he did tell me his background. He did tell me his background. Out and out. He gave me the decision. If I wanted to pursue a relationship.
So given that his background was sex offender involving a child, right? And you still made the decision to talk to him?
One, I was 19, and two, if society can give you a second chance, why can't someone else give you a second chance as well?
Knowing what he did, this is on you. Her blood is on your hands. And Naziah's grandmother, the blood is on your hands as well. You knew that man was fucked up from the very beginning, and you allowed your daughter to proceed a relationship with that man. Didn't check her, didn't check him. The blood is on your hands. You knew that your granddaughter was in a really bad position and in a situation, but yet you did not do your level best to try to stop the situation. The blood is on your hands. Michigan Department of Family Services, the blood is on your hands. All of these complaints that we all come to find out during the sentencing phase, during the preliminary hearing, I should say, when that female judge actually got up there and called everybody out for their failures, for failing this child, the blood is on your hands.
Today is January 9th, 2025, exactly 1 year, from the day Naziah Harris disappeared. Before I get into the charges, and the main charge of premeditated first-degree murder, I have to speak on Naziah Harris and the community who failed her. And I am only presented with certain evidence. I don't know the whole story. The attorneys know more than me, the family knows more than me. But from what I have heard over the last 4 days and 5 days total, is that several people failed her. I don't know where her mother is. I don't know anything other than that she was forced to live in a home where she was not protected or given the adequate attention and love. I don't know where her father is. I don't have any mention of him in her life, no presence. To Cordell, aka King, and all the men who saw Jarvis Butts hanging out and always around these young girls, including Naziah, and his 9-year-old daughter going up to the shop to clean up the shop. The school counselor who never showed up, or the person who was supposed to show up if that counselor was absent, after Naziah was on the floor on the day she went missing, saying that she needed to speak to someone and speak to a counselor. There's no mention of CPS, but I wonder what their involvement was over the years, because this was not just a 1-year thing. There are text messages at least from 2022. To her adoptive grandmother, Annette Harris, whose testimony, in my opinion, was very questionable. I understand why the people put her on the stand to establish Naziah's residence and the houses on Bedford and the regular routine, to establish also that Naziah was not a runaway child, that she was not a bad kid. I do believe she adopted Neziah. I do believe that she had 6 kids in the house. I believe that Neziah had on a dark hoodie the day she went missing, and that she had on red and black Nikes that day. What is hard to believe is that the defendant never came into the house as she testified. And there was also a minor that testified that he did as well. Text messages that show between him and Neziah that he did in the basement, saying he was going to the shower, stealing her panties. He was always lurking around the house and asking for Janiyah and Zaniyah, from what I know.
Y'all had reports. Y'all had people coming to y'all saying that there was something going on, and y'all did not do more to prevent this child from suffering the fate that she did. The blood is on your hands. Michigan Department of Parole, the blood is on your hands. How the fuck did y'all have this man living with this child and he's supposed to be on the registry? No access to children, no access to minors? How the hell did this man even have the ability to be in the home with Neziah's aunt and her family, with him having access to her? Wasn't he already on paper? I mean, if I'm incorrect, tell me I'm incorrect. But if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he already on paper? The blood is on your hands. What we're failing to realize, what a lot of people are not talking about, is the accountability of all of those other people that were involved with Neziah. Jarvis ain't the only one that got to take this L. He's gone now. Hopefully he gave them the information that could lead to them finding Neziah, her remains. But what we're not talking about is the people that put her in a position to allow what happened to her to happen to her. The blood is on the hands of so many people, and in my opinion, Jarvis wasn't the only one that should have been up there standing in front of a judge. Michigan Department of Family Services, Michigan Department of Parole, Neziah's grandmother, aunt, and several other family members of the Harris family needed to have their natural asses standing up there in front of a judge catching this work, because so many people failed this child that just simply saying that they failed her isn't enough. It's not enough. So many other people that were involved in this child's life failed this little girl, and it ultimately led to her demise. And that's on them. That's on you. That's on you. So many people failed this child, and not enough people are being held accountable. Unfortunately, they cannot hold the aunt and the grandmother liable. They can't hold them accountable criminally. We can only hold them accountable socially. We can only give them the just due that they deserve on social media. We can't take them to court. We cannot prosecute them for this. But they should be. They should be prosecuted for failing to report. Neziah's aunt should be prosecuted for child neglect, for putting her kids in a situation where they could be assaulted and abused. The grandmother should be doubly prosecuted for getting up there on that stand and crying them boo-hoo tattoo tears, knowing good and damn well that she didn't do enough to protect her granddaughter.
I would like to thank the court for giving me the opportunity to speak as I stand here before you to address the concerns that me and my family have. It has been 2 years and 2 months since I reported Neziah missing. I'm sorry.
Take your time now.
They all have to be held accountable. And it's high time that they be held accountable for their failure to protect that child.